So, ever since I can remember, I've been scrolling down my weheartit app, and just not so long ago, I started to make my own collections. And I did a black and white one, and then moons, and I got really inspired by it. And also, I bought my own set of watercolors specifically because I was so inspired by these really pretty moons that I saw people were painting with watercolor, and I really wanted to try this myself. So my main idea was to paint only with black and white. I just thought it would be fun to see how creative can I get with just these two colors. So yeah, we're gonna try to do that today. And I saw this picture of this beautiful illustration of this beautiful queen, I think. And I got really inspired by it. So it's not gonna look like that in 100 years, but it just gave me the first little spark. I started by applying the black paint and then just really painting the outer lines of my paintings with just some white acrylic paint. So this is the only painting that's going to be with acrylics. I always loved painting faces. I think it's the first thing that I started to paint ever since I was so young. And this is actually my favorite part of the face. The lips and the eyes. So this whole position that she's in is a first for me. I've never tried to paint something like this before, so I think that I struggled with it a little bit. I think I got it a little bit off, but it's not that bad. I think the big thing with painting is that sometimes you feel like it's not gonna be perfect, or maybe it's not even gonna be that good, and you can sometimes tell when you're still doing it, like you're still in the middle and you can see, okay, it's not going that well. And I think that the big thing with getting better is actually seeing it through. So even when it's not looking amazing, that you're actually respecting your own work enough to actually finish it. So it's a good practice, and it's like always saying to yourself, okay, let's just give it a chance. Oh, and the hair was really a long process to paint. It was really long but really fun. I love painting hair. So I wanted her to look as if she's looking straight at you. So I don't know why, I thought it would make sense to make her eyes white and then her pupils black I just think that it gives this haunting, mysterious look. So for the second painting, I used watercolors because it's really easy to make just these little effects without much effort when the colors kind of blend themselves together. And I used the brush that actually came with the paint, and it's actually really good. I made samples with it just to see how it goes. It can be very thick but also kind of thin, and it's actually great that you can do a lot with just one brush. So I actually used my cup of coffee that I had to make the first circle because I'm so bad at drawing circles. It can be a disaster. I love these pictures where you can see the moon getting fuller and fuller every day. So it turns out when you look at the moon, it actually have a kind of a white circle at the bottom, which is, I guess, I don't know how to call it, but it's just very noticeable when you look at the moon or a picture of the moon, and it's always in this one place. I really wanted it to be visible, so I had to go in a few times until I got it just right. So it got so dark and I had to switch to the other camera because my camera died, and I did my best here, but so if I painted it again, it would just be so much easier because I finally understood how it's supposed to happen. And I think the best way to do it is to wet the paper and to then layer the least pigmented layer first, and then to build it up from there to just make it a little bit more paint every time, so that it really looks like these changes in height and in color that you can see when you look at the moon. That makes it so beautiful and mysterious. So the last painting was inspired by these beautiful illustrations that I always see. I just love it so much. So this is actually an idea that I had a while ago. So this was a good opportunity to do that. So my packaging that I bought didn't have any black in it, and I don't know if there isn't really actually watercolor black. I assume there is. Mine just didn't have any, but you can do so much with gray, and it still works very good because you can have a lot of different, I guess, shades in just this one color. So I wanted it to look as if the moon fell from the sky and landed in the sea or the ocean, like it just floats in the water. So I wanted to paint the water as if it's kind of hugging the moon all around, like it's slowly doing its way back to where it needed to be. And like this kid, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but as if it's helping take the moon back to where it's supposed to be. I think it communicates something very unique and very magical and mysterious, and I just love it because yeah, it's obviously not possible for lanterns to be in the middle of the ocean or for the moon to fall off the sky for that matter. But yeah, that's what it is. In the land of painting, we can do whatever we want. That's the beauty. So that's it for today. Bye.